Hello again everyone, welcome back to ptet.chemistry channel. So this is work 2 for the redox changes for the combined science. Even though this is for the O-level combined science, is suitable for any foundation science or any elementary science, suitable for the 14 to 16 years old chemistry students all around the world. In this first question, we have extraction of iron. So in the lecture tutorial, we have come across this particular case study, carbon monoxide in reaction with iron trioxide. This is called iron trioxide because you have iron 3 plus and then you have O2 minus. You should know how the formula comes about to be Fe2O3 because when you crisscross the valency based on the charges, you're going to end up with 2 of that Fe3 plus and 3 of the O2 minus. So when you balance the equation, you're going to get iron and you're going to get CO2. So the CO the CO takes the oxygen from Fe2O3, and when we balance this equation, we get 2 Fe, 3 CO2, and 3 CO there. So what we have here, we really need to be thinking about what actually undergoes oxidation and reduction. So the carbon monoxide going to carbon dioxide, the CO loses, the CO gains or it accepts oxygen, and gains of oxygen is oxidation. So the CO gets oxidized, all right? The fact that it gets oxidized, but what happened to the other substance? The Fe2O3 gets reduced. The Fe2O3 gets reduced because it loses oxygen. So what makes the Fe2O3 gets reduced? Because the CO is acting as a reducing agent. If you are a reducing agent, you reduces the other substance. So in this case, it reduces the Fe2O3, it steals away the oxygen from there, and it makes the Fe2O3 loses oxygen and therefore undergo reduction. So the CO is a reducing agent in this particular reaction to extract iron. Question 2, so we're looking for which equation is not a redox reaction. It's not a redox reaction. Remember, redox reaction means you have simultaneous. Simultaneous basically means happening at the same time. So you have simultaneous oxidation and also reduction, or you have oxidation and reduction happening together. Well, rather than finding out which one is not, let's try and find out which one is a redox reaction. Okay, so this carbon there gain oxygen to form CO, and obviously the O2 loses oxygen to the carbon, so in this case the carbon gains the oxygen. So carbon gains oxygen, so you have oxidation. The fact that you have oxidation, definitely you will have the partner, because when you have oxidation you have reduction happening. Simultaneous oxidation and reduction happening together is a redox reaction. So B is redox reaction, meaning B cannot be the answer because not a redox reaction. If you look at option C, the carbon there gains oxygen. So carbon again gains oxygen. That is your oxidation. This would be the kind of thing that you are thinking in your head rather than writing down. I am writing down to crystallize out the idea for you so that they are very clear for you. So the CO2 there, in forming CO, the CO2 loses oxygen. And when you form CO, that means the CO2 gets reduced. So you have both oxidation and reduction. C cannot be the answer again. How about D? Well, this is our classic case study. As we just did in the previous equation, there was definitely redox reaction. So, it's got to be option A there, because as I mentioned in the previous questions, the CO gets oxidized since it gains oxygen, and the Fe2O3 loses oxygen and becomes Fe, so that is your reduction there. So the fact that these three are redox, A must be the one which is not redox, okay? Question 3, so we have this kind of thing where there's oxidizing agent and reducing agent. We come across this particular concept in the first question where we saw that CO reduces the Fe2O3. It makes the Fe2O3 gets reduced, therefore CO is a reducing agent. The Fe2O3 give away the oxygen to the CO. It makes the CO gets oxidized, therefore the Fe2O3 is your oxidizing agent. So oxidizing agent reacts with a reducing agent such that you get a redox reaction. Going back to this question 3, we see this CuO. This is copper 2 oxide. You get Cu2 plus based on the name, O2 minus. CuO going to Cu, so the CuO loses oxygen. And when you have loss of oxygen, that is what you call reduction. What next? We have carbon. So the carbon gains oxygen. And when the carbon gains oxygen to form CO2, that is what you call oxidation. So you get both oxidation and reduction in the same reaction, you get an overall redox reaction. Anyway, so the carbon makes the CuO gets reduced. The carbon makes the CuO gets reduced. Therefore, carbon is reducing agent. Why? Because carbon reduces the CuO. So carbon reduces the CuO. Carbon makes the CuO loses oxygen and undergoes reduction. Okay, so therefore the carbon is a reducing agent because it makes the other substance undergo reduction by losing oxygen. So carbon there is the reducing agent, and that means B must be the answer. Carbon is not oxidizing agent. Copper 2 oxide is oxidized, that is wrong. Copper 2 oxide loses oxygen, that is reduction, so it should be reduced. And we know that copper 2 oxide give away the oxygen to the carbon, so the carbon get oxidized. So the CuO is an oxidizing agent because it makes the carbon gain oxygen. The CuO makes the carbon gets oxidized, so it is not a reducing agent. The CuO is an oxidizing agent. It reacts with carbon, which is acting as the reducing agent, such that you get oxidizing agent plus reducing agent, you get oxidation and reduction, and therefore you get an overall redox reaction. Question 4, we're looking for N2O3 getting oxidized. So oxidation, in the definition, is gain of oxygen. So here, we have 2 nitrogen atoms and 3 oxygen atoms. It's going to be quite simple when it's N2, N2, and N2, because essentially for 1 nitrogen you have 1.5 oxygen because 2 nitrogen has 3 oxygen. So 2 nitrogen has 3 oxygen, so therefore 1 nitrogen has 3/2 oxygen. That is 1.5 oxygen. Now if you look at NO, 1 nitrogen has 1 oxygen. So looking at 1 nitrogen which has 1.5 oxygen, going to 1 nitrogen has 1 oxygen, D is going to be your reduction because there is a loss of oxygen going from here to here. We're looking at for 1 nitrogen atom, so D cannot be the answer. We're looking at oxidation. But going through A, B, and C, they are the simpler one. You can of course do 4 divided by 2 so that you get 2 oxygen for 1 nitrogen. Here you get 0 oxygen for 1 nitrogen, and here you get 0.5, which is the same as 1/2 because you got 1 oxygen shared between 2 nitrogen, so you got half oxygen or 0.5 oxygen per nitrogen for every 1 nitrogen. Well, you got 1.5 oxygen, and then you go to 2 oxygen, there is an increase in oxygen, so here this is a gain of oxygen. Or you could think about it, this is N2 and N2, you go from 3 oxygen for N2 to 4 oxygen for N2. This is definitely your oxidation there. If you go from here to here, from having 2 nitrogen, 3 oxygen and no oxygen, this is loss of oxygen. This is reduction as well for option B there. And then looking at this N2 and N2, from 3 oxygen for 2 nitrogen, going to 1 oxygen for 2 nitrogen, this is definitely reduction as well. You have lost oxygen. That's how easy this kind of question can be. It can also be difficult if you don't know how to interpret the question. Question 5, we have copper metal. So the copper metal is an element, so it has no charge, it's just Cu. From copper carbonate, so we actually should be copper 2 carbonate, should be Cu2 plus. Carbonate is something from your syllabus in year 9 chemical formula. There was a table of ions you're supposed to remember the formula, how many atoms and what is the charge. They will never ever be given in a real exam. You got to know what is going on. When you crisscross the valency, you want the simplest ratio, 1:1, such that the charge cancel. You get the formula, copper to carbonate CuCO3. So from that CuCO3, and I get CuO. By right, this should be copper 2 carbonate and copper 2 oxide. And what actually happened is I actually get CO2 if you think about the balance equation. So a reaction in stage 1 is an example of thermal decomposition. You will learn more about this later on when we cover metal chemistry. What has to be done? Because of the English word called thermal, thermal refers to heating, so you do really need to apply heat in order to break down this copper 2 carbonate solid into copper 2 oxide, which is a black solid, as well as this carbon dioxide gas at room temperature and pressure. So need to heat the copper 2 carbonate. Okay, so you need some sort of heating such that you get this chemical change happening. Now a black solid cube is mixed with the copper oxide. You get a black solid cube mixed with the copper oxide, and you can get copper metal. So this is Cu, and you have copper 2 oxide, which is CuO, but plus something, then you get copper plus something else. So this one loses the oxygen to this, and it gets reduced when the CuO loses the oxygen. The CuO loses the oxygen, and you get Cu metal. So the CuO loses oxygen. Loss of oxygen is what you call reduction. So so that is your reduction. So what is this something here? Well, that other substance definitely has to undergo oxidation, because oxidation and reduction happens together in the same reaction, redox reaction, right? So copper oxide plus something give you that other thing. That has to be your carbon. They only want the word equation, not the balance equation at all. So, just giving the chemical name. As you have seen previously in this topic, we use a lot of carbon in order to steal away the oxygen from the metal oxide. This steals the oxygen away, and this loses the oxygen, so that one is a loss of oxygen, and you call that reduction. Whereas the carbon is what you use to steal away the oxygen, and therefore the carbon is making this one undergo reduction. Carbon is a reducing agent in this reaction. This oxidizes the carbon, so it makes the carbon undergo oxidation, because it makes the carbon gain oxygen. So that is your oxidation there. So your copper 2 oxide is acting as a oxidizing agent because it makes the carbon gain oxygen to give you carbon dioxide there. So name the type of chemical reaction. Well, there's the first bit, and explain your answer briefly for that 2 marks. Well, the type of reaction is going to be what you call redox. Redox has 2 bits, what is reduction and what is oxidation. So the explanation has to be involving both of these. So the copper 2 oxide, as you could see, it has got oxygen. Now it hasn't got oxygen, so it loses oxygen to form copper. So loss of oxygen is oxidation. This is something that we would have covered in the lecture tutorial anyway. So you should be able to come up with this kind of concept as a 14 to 16 years old chemistry student. Okay, so what happened to the carbon? The carbon gains the oxygen atom. It steals the oxygen from the copper oxide, and then therefore gain of oxygen is oxidation. That is as stated in the syllabus, required by the syllabus. You must be able to address them fully, not just oxidation but also the reduction bit, because redox is reduction and oxidation happening in the same reaction at the same time, simultaneous reduction and oxidation there. Well, that's it really for this short work 2 tutorial. So don't forget to click the button on the bottom right to subscribe to my channel, and share the channel widely with other people, and follow me at ptet.chemistry. That's at ptet.chemistry across all the popular social media platforms to get connected. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next tutorial video.